The Penguins turned it on, and Casey DeSmith was very good, but that wasn't enough as the Detroit Red Wings escaped PPG Paints Arena with a 3-2 shootout win on Friday night. Hi, I'm Dan Kingerski on the National Hockey Now and the Pittsburgh Hockey Now YouTube channel. So it went kind of like this. Head coach Mike Sullivan not very happy with his team, looking for balance in the lines, looking for a spark. Close to midway point in the game, he made some big line changes. Off of the second line with Evgeny Malkin, Kasperi Kapanen dropped down to the fourth line. Danton Heinen also dropped down to the fourth line. Up to the Evgeny Malkin line, Evan Rodriguez, Brock McGinn on the left wing. All of a sudden, things began to click for the Penguins. Zach Aston-Reese with Jeff Carter and Dominic Simone on the third line. And after just 5 shots and one of the most lifeless periods that we've seen in quite some time, the Penguins fired 17 shots against Detroit goaltender Calvin Pickard in the second period, 15 more in the third. In fact, the Penguins outshot Detroit 15-5 in the third period, but they couldn't get that third goal. The Penguins struggled to score at even strength. Just one of their 2 goals was 5-on-5. Jake Gensel, in fact, getting both of the goals on the power play and on even strength. It's been that kind of struggle for the Penguins. They do have an 8-game point streak. They're now 6-0-2 in their last 8, but they've lost in extra time, overtime, and the shootout in their last couple of games, so it's been a couple since they've actually earned the W. The one thing to take away, or actually a couple things to take away from the Penguins here on Friday night, the line changes. Head coach Mike Sullivan obviously not pleased with 5 shots in the period. The lifeless performance, Kasperi Kapanen and Danton Heinen not really doing a whole lot recently. They get dropped to the fourth line. Believe it or not, they were actually a pretty good fourth line. Brian Boyle has been playing exceptionally well, and that continued. That fourth line had a couple of chances. Evgeny Malkin freed from that lack of chemistry with Kapanen. Malkin with McGinn and Evan Rodriguez. That line also began to stir and have some chances. Just not quite enough. Maybe just a little bit of disconnect, missed passes here and there. Didn't quite get the grade A chances to bury, but they played significantly better than the Malkin lines have been playing. You just you shake your head sometimes with how bad that Malkin line was with Kasperi Kapanen. It just absolutely was not working. Detroit, for their part, they'd lost 13 of their last 18 games, supposedly a little bit intimidated on the road. Well, when the Penguins pushed, Detroit pushed back. Detroit getting the go-ahead goal later in the second period. The Penguins had to rally just to tie the game at 2. That, of course, off the stick of Sidney Crosby with a pretty aggressive forecheck and, setting up Jake Gensel in front. Now, Casey DeSmith said it meant a lot to him that Mike Sullivan kind of took responsibility for last Friday's game in Columbus when Sullivan started. DeSmith, who maybe wasn't ready coming off the COVID protocol, DeSmith said Sullivan apologized to him, said, "I put you in a tough spot." Well, it meant a lot to DeSmith, and he was spectacular on Friday night. He stopped no less than half a dozen grade A chances, including Dylan Larkin in overtime. The wide open look goes top shelf. DeSmith with the splits coming to the far side, gets the glove up to the top corner and snags it, giving the Penguins 3 more minutes to win it, but they just couldn't beat Pickard. And then only Lucas Raymond scored in the shootout, and the Penguins fall. They'll be back here at PPG Paints Arena 2 more games before the break, and they'll get pretty much a week off, and that's probably a very good thing for this team. They've played 6 games in the last 9 days, and that's coming off of the heels of a long 6-game road trip through the West Coast. Well, this has been the Pittsburgh Hockey Now 5-minute recap. I'm Dan Kingerski. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out the PHN Plus report card early on Saturday morning. I'm Dan Kingerski. We'll talk to you again on Sunday.